open and honest conversation about something that happened last night in New York sports, because it's one of those scenarios where if the person running the New York Knicks, his name wasn't Mike Brown, but his name was, let's call him Tom Thibodeau, the lead story in every newspaper, the lead story on this radio station would have been how Tom Thibodeau did something so awful and so scandalous and so reprehensible that he'd need to be fired on the spot. Because last night, the New York Knicks, and look, they got their ass kicked by the Orlando Magic. It happens. It's not that big of a deal.
It's basketball.
It's basketball. And we can get into all the hows and the whys, but bottom line is they got their ass kicked, even though Paolo Banchero got hurt and left in the first quarter. But down by 16 with a minute 54 to go, Jalen Brunson was still in the game. He drove to the basket, and it appears like he has sprained the same ankle he sprained last year when he missed 15 games. Again, with a minute 54 to go, and the Knicks down by 16. If Tom Thibodeau was the head coach, there'd be picket signs all around New York City.
I missed this game last night. How many minutes did he play?
I'll look at the box score, but I would guess like 36, 37. He actually sat Mikal Bridges in the fourth quarter looking for a spark. So Mike Brown was trying all sorts of different things last night.
So if you're going to sit Bridges and you got to play one of your stars, and the best closer in the NBA that we talked about all last season is Jalen Brunson. So what else? I mean, you have to keep one of those guys out there just in case.
But Tiki, at what point do you say the game is over? Let's white flag it. In fact, when Brunson got hurt and ended up taking his free throws, that was the white flag moment when he brought in Tyler Kolek and he brought in the rest of his bench and did the white flag lineup. But you're down by 16 with a minute and a half to go. Now, I haven't given an opinion yet. I'm just putting all the facts out there because we all have to at least admit this before we dive into it.
Right.
That if this was Tom Thibodeau,
I don't think
there'd be a trial.
I think with Tom Thibodeau, it was always about the minutes. It was about the grind. It was about you can't play these guys 46 minutes every night and expect them not to get hurt. It's just it's attrition. It wears on you, and that's not what was happening last night.
January 27th, 2024. The New York Knicks are up by 17. Okay, they're down by 16.
Yes.
Up by 17 with 4.5 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to go. And that's when Jaime Jaquez took that cheap shot at Julius Randle, and Julius injured his shoulder, and it changed his entire season. We basically had a trial for an entire month about Tom Thibodeau's decision to have Julius in that game. They are not even close. 4.5 minutes to go up 17. And a minute 54 to go down 16 cannot be any more different. And yet, the trial was out for Thibs, and with Mike Brown...
That's because he was already under suspicion because of the minutes that he was constantly playing guys. That's not the case with Jalen Brunson. He played 37 minutes last night. It's nothing.
Okay.
It happened. It sucked.
Okay. I'll give you my opinion on this because I do agree. I don't think Mike Brown did anything wrong.
Of course he did.
My issue is all you Thibaholics out there.
That was only because of what Thibs was not likely, but consistently doing to his starting players. It was every night.
That was a different issue. This is the issue of when to take guys out of games. And Tom took a lot of crap for that. And look, I think this is a really difficult decision a coach makes. When do you say a game is over? Whether you're up by 20 or down by 20, when is the moment where you say, okay, I'm literally giving up? And that is not easy.
Right.
I don't think there's an exact answer to that. Now, look, with a minute and a half to go down by 16, it's probably over. We're probably in that moment where Evan leaves because it's mathematically over. And if you've reached the mathematical point, that's when it is time to move on. But it's also basketball, and guys have to compete.
16 points it's 3 3-pointers.
There's a minute and a half to go.
Okay, you get a three-pointer, you get a stop, three-pointer, stop, three-pointer, stop. Now you have possession.
You're down by 7. Your math is off today. They're down by 16. 9 points only cuts it to 7.
5 3-pointers.
Tommy, you have any issues with Mike Brown last night?
I didn't.
Do you think that Tom Thibodeau would be put on trial today if it was him?
100%. But Tiki nailed it. It was already pent up. There were so many cases out on Tom, on Thibs.
That's exactly right.
It was just the point where a lot of the fan base was just frustrated with it. It's a honeymoon period. If Cat gets injured in a week or so, and this is the same situation, then people will start to get mad at Mike Brown. But so far, Mike Brown has been anti-Thibs, so people are okay with it. And Jalen has gotten hurt before on the ankle, so there's that feeling of, all right, well, JB gets hurt in these spots.
Keep this in mind with Jalen Brunson. When he injured his ankle last year, he missed 15 games. He missed 2 other games that season. In the 17 games the Knicks played without Jalen Brunson a year ago, they were 11-6.
Right.
Did a really good job without him. In the 2 years before that, the results were more mixed, a combined record of 8-10. But last year, the Knicks were fine without Jalen Brunson. I would expect that to be the same. One other quick thing about Mike Brown. What I love to hear from coaches and managers are the things they say after games.
Yeah.
And I thought Mike Brown got an A+ last night. Because here is Mike Brown being very blunt about the Knicks just simply getting their ass kicked by the Orlando Magic. And sometimes that's just the easiest thing to say, and it's the most accurate thing to say. Here's Mike Brown very quickly expressing his thoughts on last night's loss to Orlando.
First of all, you got to give them credit. Jamal Mosley and the rest of Orlando Magic, they kicked our ass. It's as simple as that.
They kicked our ass. The other thing he
didn't try to make excuses, didn't try to say this or that and the other thing. They kicked our ass.
Damn right. I don't want to hear about back-to-backs. They kicked our ass. The other thing, and I am so glad he did this, because I thought I was being a Knicks hater when I was thinking this. But I'm watching the first half, and I'm texting my buddy in the committee, in the coalition of Knicks haters, and I'm like, boy, all the Knicks do is bitch. All they do is whine about the officials.
Bunch of bitches.
But I kept it to myself because I don't want to be a hater. Listen to Mike Brown after the game.
But the thing that I was most disappointed in was in the first half, everything that happened on the court, we blamed the officials. And that was disappointing to see, because we were the culprits of a lot of stuff that happened out on the floor.
That's my guy. Let me tell you something. I may not be a Knicks fan. I'm a Mike Brown guy.
Talk about keeping it real.
Keeping it real. And I thought that, but again, I swear to God, I know I admit I hate the Knicks, all that. I really try to be fair. And as I was observing that, I was like, I don't even want to say it. Because if I say it, like if I text Loogie and be like, boy, you guys, all you do is whine, you baby, you big bitches. He would be like, the Nets suck, coalition, blah, blah, blah. But I honestly thought it. And then Mike Brown sat there.
Has he always been this way?
Like very raw?
Yeah, I don't know if I remember him or even if I've ever heard him talk post-game of any of his stops and be real like this.
Yeah, he was very real when he was talking about possession after possession after possession after possession. Remember that clip?
Yeah, of course. Right. But, yeah. I mean, just stop bitching.
Yeah, I love that.
Right. It's just, and he's calling his own guys out.
He called his own guys out.
Because usually coaches use post-game press conferences or in-game interviews or any of that stuff to talk about something they want changed about either the official or the other team, whatever. They never call out their own guys.
Called out his own guys?
You very rarely hear that in sports. I mean, think about Aaron Boone calling out whoever. Anthony Volpe. Yeah, you know what really disappointed me? Anthony Volpe's going to a knee, and I know why. Because he's scared of his shoulder, and he needs to just stop being, compromised and play the game like he knows how to play. Can you imagine Aaron Boone saying that?
No, not at all.
That's basically what Mike Brown just said.
Don't you love it?
Of course I do.
So
keep it real.
Mike Brown keeping it real. And obviously this is all a results business. I don't think anyone's freaking out over the loss last night. They got pounded. I mean, I think it was the first time all year in which they allowed their opponent to beat them on the offensive glass, which hasn't happened in any game this season. Orlando out-physicaled them. Right. They bullied them. And it happens. It's basketball. It's an 82-game season. It's a long-ass season. Another quote from Aaron Boone. But I like that realness from Mike Brown. So I'm a Mike Brown guy, I have to admit. And I thought that was very encouraging last night. But boy, oh boy, if his name was Tom Thibodeau, oh my God. There would have been a trial. He would have been evicted. It would have been an ugly scene. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Freddie is in Springfield, New Jersey. What's going on, Freddie?
How you doing, Evan and Tiki?
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I got to take an issue with Evan.
Yeah.
Evan, are you a New Yorker?
Yes.
Your whole life?
Yes.
You are. Okay, so you're partially you are like this. I can never understand personally how somebody can be from a specific state or a specific city and not root for their teams that they live by. How could you not like the Knicks?
Because we have multiple teams in the town. Like, Met fans don't like the Yankees. Jet fans don't like the Giants.
No, that's okay. I didn't say that. But is there another New York basketball team?
You're being a jerk now, aren't you?
The Nets still in the league?
I'm just asking.
Yes, the
You made a
Brooklyn
statement.
Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, my favorite
Okay.
team.
Are they really New York? Are they really New York?
They were in Jersey.
I understand Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in New York.
I mean, they're more
But
New
they were
York
in
than
New Jersey.
they're more New York than the Jets or the Giants, who actually play in the state of New Jersey. So yeah, they're a New York team.
Football's different.
Okay. So if you're picking teams and you pick the Yankees
Right.
over the Mets,
Right.
okay. Now I kind of understand that you're picking another New York team.
Yes. Yeah, I
Over
picked
another New
another.
York
I
team.
picked another. Thank you, Freddie. I just needed to remind him that the Nets exist. He forgot, and that's okay.
Yeah, but you were a Nets fan when they were in Jersey.
That is correct. But the same would apply to the Devil fan. Like, this works with a lot of other teams in this town. Like, there are New Jersey Devil fans, and they do not root for the Rangers.
And the Nets were the New York Nets before they went to Jersey, too. So if you're passing on lineage, as many of us do, from dad to son.
Absolutely. Now, I wasn't a New York Nets fan when they played in New York because I wasn't born yet. But, yeah, and look, the New Jersey-New York thing is stupid. So I'll just explain this a little simpler to Freddie. Yeah. And I think it's okay. I think Freddie forgot the Nets existed, which, by the way, I don't blame him.
Slag nut Nets.
Like, I sort of forget sometimes.
That's kind of funny. I think he did, too.
I think he did. I think he made the call, like, but they don't, there is no other New York.
Did the Nets get relegated to the WNBA?
Look, I think New York sports works this way. Most people root for one team and either don't like the other team or are indifferent to the other team. There are some that root for everybody, like, hey, I'm a Jet fan, but I'll root for the Giants.
Right.
That's not me. That's not a lot of people at this radio station.
I'm not a fan, but good for you. I think a lot of people are that way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
That's how I am. I mean, because I didn't grow up here.
Right.
So it's different.
And I don't have any issue with that. But let's not be confused. One of the things that makes New York special, in my opinion, is that we do have multiple teams in every sport.
Right.
And so we're not universally behind one team the way Boston is. I mean, we're about to play them. They're all Patriot fans. They're all Celtic fans. They're all Red Sox fans. Like, they root for their one team. And the beauty of our area is that we've got 3 hockey teams, we got 2 football teams, we have 2 baseball teams, and, well, we really have 1 NBA team, and the other one plays in the G League.
The Nets still in the league?
2 soccer teams.
Yeah, speaking of which, that soccer stadium's going up quick in Queens.
I know.
I drove by it the other night, and I'm like,
Is Steve Cohen in that? Is that part of him or no?
I don't think so.
I don't.